shredder?
Perfect.
He said, "What if the
Perfect.
shredder was into fucking ball torture?"
Yeah.
Don't you act like you know what that is, David. You've
Well, now I do.
Okay,
Again,
well,
I
why'd
just
you
didn't
just...
know the
Okay.
abbreviation.
Please
That's
tell
the
me you're
important part.
recording right now.
Okay.
Hey everyone, this is is crossover catch up. We catch up about crossovers. Yes,
We're
episodes are
catching
going to
up
be a
on
bit
this
more
one.
sparing now because I mean Death Battle is only once every month. Unless they release one early and thus it becomes like 2 a month by accident. But that's not. Did anyone ask?
You
Ah,
ketchup. That's another thing that begins with the letter C.
Another abbreviation I'm gonna have to learn.
yeah, David, not a master of abbreviations. You go, hey, how's it like working on DB? He goes, what's that?
Holy
Dead
shit!
bodies.
I work for
I'm a coroner.
Dead bodies. How'd you know?
Holy.
I work on Dragon Ball.
Who told you?
They weren't supposed to find that out.
Why did you say that?
I went very late in the night.
So, just to be clear, was that your audition to join them?
No.
Hi. My name is Origin the Hero. The body.
I
is
like to
in
rap.
place. I will work for. David's
My
not
name
built
is
like
Origin
that.
the Hero, and I'm here to say, I like to steal a grave rob.
Also,
That's
he's
it.
gay.
It turns out he was the
Yeah,
grave.
I get
He was the grave robbing for morons guy the whole time. You guys don't know what
whoever
that
they are.
is, do you? You guys don't know what that is. You guys are fucking you guys are normies, and you don't watch my Iceberg series.
Oh wait, I just looked it up. I remember seeing like bits of it.
Bro, it's lying
that was
so
10
hard.
years ago. No, yeah, I remember seeing some of it.
Bro's projecting the image of someone who knows better.
It was like on a Reddit. It was like on a Reddit video because everyone was like, "Is this real? Like, is this actually real?"
Bro wants to
Oh
admit to
my
being a redditor to avoid looking stupid. This is so sad.
No, yeah. I like. Well, I mean, at least
You
Reddit's
like Reddit?
better than-
Not even Redditors say
I
that.
mean, it's better than some.
I
of
would
Reddit
be
is better-
be such a
better than all of Twitter.
dangerous like prosecutor and
I-
ace attorney because I'm such a master of
I
turning
thought you-
people's words against them.
I thought you were going to say something like Reddit's better than 4chan. I was going to be like, no shit, 4chan's dead.
I've never been on 4chan. Like
It's
ever.
Well,
dead.
See, now
yeah,
bro's
now you
just
never
lying.
will.
What was like the big drama behind it?
It's
Just
4chan.
No,
Hold on,
no,
what do you
like,
mean the big drama behind 4chan? Yeah, what is the singular big drama behind 4chan? The only one.
Well, like what? Yeah, the common occurrence.
What is the
Like,
singular common occurrence that is
Yeah,
controversial
the one
on
thing.
4chan?
The one thing. Actually,
David,
I googled that too, and I kind of remember seeing like 10-sentence stories or whatever they were called. I remember
Bro.
dude, I love how you can say literally anything to David, and he's like, hold on, let me Google it.
Yeah,
Drama behind 4chan.
yeah.
Anyway, Shigaraki versus Mahito.
Shigaraki would probably use 4chan.
He would.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, he uses Discord.
Shigaraki,
He's a
gamer.
Shigaraki has used Reddit. Like, let's just without a doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
Welcome. So there was this episode, right? It had this guy from Fortnite and this other guy from Fortnite, and they like to touch people, and that usually does not bode well.
Especially
these are the
Mahito.
kind of people. Yeah, these are the kinds of people that like Moist Critical would make a video about, so they made them kill each other. Good move on their part,
Yeah,
I would say.
keep a look up on Shigaraki's
These
YouTube
guys
account for his
are so
about those
sticky.
allegations video.
The Shigaraki.
I just want to
situation
say
is
that
insane.
all those allegations are correct, but I don't like how sexual he made them sound.
Shigaraki starts a video with a deep sigh and he pulls out a ukulele, but it just falls apart in his hand.
Fuck.
Damn
I've
it.
made a
Why did I
commitment
have
not
to
to
learn a
judge
five-finger
in my-
strumming style?
Just like voice critical, booting up his like recording stuff there. So I have to tell you guys about this bullshit. So there's this guy. I'm gonna call him Sticky Fingers because I don't think he deserves the respect of having a real name. So
I don't have a real name!
This isn't
That's
about
kind of
you right
cringe,
now.
not gonna lie. Anyway.
Imagine the two
So,
just like on like a live stream debating. And imagine the kind of hole Shigaraki would dig for himself. Moist Critical could just stay quiet the whole time. Shigaraki's gonna dig his own grave.
This guy
So-
diddles more than Sneeko on Netflix.
You guys think, just because in season 1, I snuck into a school and tried to touch all the children, that I'm a villain. Wait, no, hold on, I worded that wrong!
So here's some footage here of a subway station. I believe this is the Saitama district, and out of nowhere, heads start popping, and this guy has more quirks than Belle Daphne has diseases.
I mean, it's true. They would never be able to see Mahito. So as far as it looks, Shigaraki's having like a fucking panic attack, swinging at nothing and killing people.
This guy is more quirky than the animatronics at Five Nights at Freddy's.
I didn't have an emotional breakdown! It's not what you think! It was another guy! I was trying to touch another guy!
All for one. I need you all for one.
Listen, Sticky Fingers. I don't like making fun of the mentally ill. So either get your shit in gear, or we're gonna have to cut this live stream short.
If you don't treat me with respect, I'll tell the man inside of me to deal with you. Wait, no! Hold on! I didn't mean it that way!
You're in such denial. Anyway, that's about it. See ya.
That's how the debate ends.
That was Shigaraki versus.
Mahito's could have been
Do we
voiced
even talk
critical.
about the episode
he
at this
would've-
point?
Wait,
Wait, what?
I'm gonna be honest. If I had the money, I would like to go tomorrow, and just like be like, hey, can I give you $100? And then you just like render out the entire animation, but Mahito's not there.
Oh. Oh my god, no, you just reminded me of something. You know, actually, I don't care. I'm posting it here. We can't say who this is, but I was just reminded of something about. I'm not gonna say who this is because I don't want to be mean, but I remember
no.
seeing this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh. Yikes. Okay. Yikes.
Imagine.
You know that one image of the guy throwing the basketball on the moon?
You're gonna lose so much Reddit karma for that one.
Okay, you fucking degenerate man-child.
I'm not a child.
So like,
I
Well,
just
well then
sorry.
grow up.
You grow up!
That's what you told the voice in your head. Yeah, that's what you told the voice in your head, right? Grow up. How about
That's a
you take
great.
your own advice,
That's a
okay?
great matchup for a commission.
I don't even know what this is.
it
don't
is
know what
it
I'm
is
looking
it
at.
is it is its own tunnel that never ends. That I would
I like
to
you've
get
got
into
that
for
image. That's great.
other-
That's great, Hyper.
We
It's so
need-
you coded.
It's
This is our next matchup.
No, we can't replace cinema. We can't. Replace
You don't even know
Sorry.
who that is on the left.
I know, that's why we're doing it.
Okay. Anyway.
So yeah, can
that was
everyone come
Shigaraki
together
versus
to help
Mahito.
commission Moro to make Shigaraki versus Mahito, but Mahito's not there? Or do I have to like edit that myself? I wonder if I could just edit that myself.
That'd be pretty funny.
Dude, that's gonna be so. It's gonna be so funny when it's just a bunch of bodies and they're still around. He's like, "Let's call this your audition."
Bro just looks like an absolute maniac.
Should I just add like a bunch of terrible blood effects for the second kill, just to like really fuck it up?
It's gonna be really funny when the Nomu bit happens, and then people are gonna be like, "Wait, what the fuck?" So Shigaraki on its own doing it would be weird, but then the whole Nomu bit happens, and then they get transfigured.
They just like turn to gloves and my Shigaraki just shoots at nothing.
Yeah, Midoriya, I think he lost his mind.
How the hell am I going to do the train bit?
It's gonna be really funny because the train will have a hole in it even before Shigaraki jumps through it.
I don't think you understand the problem.
I understand the problem, but
Just halfway through, Shigaraki's literally just fighting the train.
I always hated Thomas. Those faces creeped me out so much. That's my childhood trauma.
I also killed my family, but that's besides the point. But no,
That wasn't traumatic. That was childhood satisfaction.
3/4 of it was satisfaction. But like, imagine the All for One bit, but Mahito's still not there, so All for One's just like, what the? Is that a fly? The fly can here? Get out of here!
What the fuck is the camera doing in here?
Ew, I hate flies. Small planet nuke. I hate fucking.
Why do you
flies.
you have to be so racist in every video?
And I'm taking that out of context.
It was the last time, and it's this time too.
Racist against flies? Damn.
Yeah.
I need to keep up with this whole progressive.
Hands off my
actually,
ham sandwich.
Fly is a slur, by the way. You should do better.
Man, I'm sorry, I wasn't a fly on the wall for that conversation. So
You just used the word again.
Gosh, it's not your word.
I don't think you understand.
I'm sorry.
But
This entire
you should be calling them
conversation-
dipteras. That's the order they're in, you idiot.
Listen, this entire conversation's flying over my head right now. I need a minute to process.
Oh my gosh.
What a fucking idiot.
Whatever, cracker.
I'm sorry, did you just call me a cracker? Did you just call me a biscuit? I am Asian?
Bro. Oh my god. Do you want to bleep that? just for that to be like the cherry on top.
Timestamp.
Just don't even like put any context. Just don't even tell people what he said.
And that's where we're gonna end the Shigaraki versus Mahito discussion.
What's next on the
that's
list,
it.
Hyper?
Cheese Slayer is the next time.
Yeah,
the guy's
it
also from Fortnite.
sure
They're
is.
Also from Fortnite. They're also
Okay.
from Fortnite.
There's been so little
think
discussion about this
That's where
episode
they
that I
started
forgot to even upload the prediction.
Oh, you
Well,
have... oh wait, is it just what we say? You?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Will it be up? I don't know. I might just forget again. Because no one's talking about this! Even after the sneak peek, I saw people talk about it for like maybe an hour and then gone.
oh yeah, but
Out of sight, out of mind.
yeah,
That's Chief Slayer. That should be the track title.
Yeah, that's the. Yeah, no. At the time of recording, yes, the preview already dropped. We're really behind on this.
Yeah, we're
But
really catching up.
I think we would be more behind if we had recorded this before the sneak peek and then it uploaded after.
But anyway, there is another part to this. And now we are going into lecture mode. Devil Artemis released a statement basically saying that he has seen the criticism and understood it, and he thanks the people who were actually being civil and not assholes. And now we gotta get all being cross-armed PNG tuber style towards the people who were assholes, because that was a lot.
Well, he didn't name drop me though,
So-
so I'm like, you know.
Yeah, you're fine.
I wasn't
You're fine.
noticed.
But
Excuse me. Can you
So,
please
like-
tell me, Mr. Artemis, what side I was on? I just really want to know. Yeah.
So like, listen, get up on the lap. Or Papa's gonna tell you how to not be a fucking dick.
Why are you asking me to
So-
get on your lap? The fuck's wrong with
You
you?
like to touch people.
I like to touch.
Yeah, I'm giving you a taste of your own medicine.
I don't know. I normally touch high schoolers.
Well, that's a problem.
What if we just completely remove?
Okay,
What if,
Sneeko.
what if we completely remove the context that you're voicing Shigaraki right now?
I just want everyone to know
Anyway,
that you can argue Albert Wesker beats Kazuya Mishima now.
He is built on a throne of lies. Anyway, so there is a difference between, like, actual criticism and then building your entire personality around hating an animator, which I have seen several people do on Twitter already, and even starting to seep deeper into the community. Just this general blind hate because there's one episode where there was flaws to pick apart. And again, criticism is different from harassment and being an asshole.
Absolutely.
I mean, if I can be
This
transparent,
happens.
I've seen a lot of people who have noticed issues in the other episodes too, who have been, wanting to get because like, there's been an issue before this. There was like the opposite issue where people were afraid to criticize Devil Artemis at all because of the Jason Michael sort of incident, if you recall, with how with the circumstances he animated that. And so ever since then, people have been proverbially walking on eggshells when it came to criticizing Devil Artemis. So when Kratos Azura happened, and it had all the problems with his previous works, but kind of just congealed into one with new problems on top of that, I think a lot of people who had criticisms of his work up to that point, but were afraid to talk about them because of how defensive the community could get, they kind of just all came out in one go. And I think a lot of people just got carried away. And I am a little worried that we could end up with the same exact situation here, where the people are going to start getting defensive over criticism of Devil Artemis. Like, not his fault, but just in general. And thus, if he does another episode that ends up not going over well, it's all going to happen again. And if that happens exactly as I said it might, well, hey, don't say I didn't warn you.
So yeah, basically, criticism is welcome. Being an asshole isn't, but toxic positivity has been a thing in this community for a while. When animators work on something, when any artist works on something, you want to focus on building off of yourself. Like criticism, feedback, that stuff is a step of the process. Without that, there is no way to improve your stagnant. So depriving criticism from the conversation ultimately hurts someone, even if your intention is to make it so someone doesn't get hurt, if that makes sense.
Shouldn't David be
No,
the one saying
absolutely.
this?
No, I
Well-
completely agree. Like, constructive criticism is absolutely a must if you want to grow as an artist in general. But like, when you just have people who are just being cruel and being trolls, because that's essentially what like a majority of those negative, comments are. They're just like trolls. When you take that away, all you do is like, I would argue, it just pushes people even further down, and that kind of like makes them afraid to try new things to try to improve, because essentially they don't really know how to do it without like the fear of, oh well, this is just something else that they're gonna be mean about for literally no reason. But I think like genuine concerns with like animation processes should absolutely be be brought up. But yeah,
Yeah, you have no idea how much David has improved by knowing about his little pen animation error from Ant-Man Adam.
yeah. Shut up. Yeah, no.
He'll never see a disappearing pen again.
No, yeah, no. All the upcoming pens I'm gonna draw, guys. You have no idea what's coming.
I am very vigilant about inanimate objects. You know, they're very important to me and my
Yeah.
culture. As
Absolutely.
a idiot.
I aspire to animate a scene that's as iconic as Jim Carrey's "The Pen Is Blue" from that one movie that I can't remember the name of, but it's that movie.
So ultimately, the takeaway here is that Nemesis likes object shows.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
did you see Fulgore versus Sektor? You see how much effort I put in to make sure that that spaceship did not randomly disappear?
I sure did, buddy.
That would have been quite alarming if I did a David, and just one scene there's a warship and the next scene there's not.
You're right. No, you're absolutely
That
right.
would have been really problematic.
I would say, honestly, I mean, even then, I think you'd be in the clear. I think the pen is a lot more important than an entire warship in the animation. I
To be
think
fair,
people
for
would
how little the
wanna
warship
notice
would
the
really
pen a
logically
lot
help
more.
Sektor in the
Just a
matchup,
little bit.
yes, the pen might. The pen might genuinely be more helpful to Hank
Yeah, have you
than
never-
anything in
Have
Sektor's
you never
arsenal
heard
could
of
be to
the?
him.
Have you never heard of the phrase "the pen is mightier than the airship"?
Yeah, I have actually.
Yeah, I have it on a T-shirt actually.
That sounds right.
Right now.
It sounds
I
like
won't show it because it's personal.
Oh,
Believe
that's
me.
completely fair. You say this, but like
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. You should put that and Corey into a death battle animation. Just sneak them both in there.
I agree. I will find a place to put Corey.
I
Hey,
will,
Nemesis.
I've made it a mission.
as ever.
Nemesis, can you make this? Can you make this thumbnail for this episode where all of us are Corey?
I do already have a Ragnar Corey because I finished season 10 now, enjoying Corey's. I've just got to post them. I got to think of inspirational. I got to think of inspirational things to say for each season, and season 5, easily the hardest one so far. Because like season
Corey
5
says
is.
it's okay.
I wasn't gonna put like Corey says it's okay to be mediocre in life.
No, it's like Corey says it's okay to underutilize your potential sometimes. You don't have to give your AK all the time, otherwise you'll burn yourself out.
I did
was
kind of
something like that.
take the measure of you don't gotta be your best all the time. Which is how I would describe season 5.
Sometimes the world just wants to see what they
Sometimes
want from you, but sometimes
you
just gotta
can
be yourself.
just fumble just completely and still things will be okay, you know? You can fumble. That's season 5, though I already did that for season 3. So, you know. Yeah.
You just want to watch the world burn, Mr. Wayne.
I've already got to draw David
Like this
Corey for
episode.
something, so how am I going to make Gumball into a Corey? I guess give him the little hat and make his eyes white and make his body red. And Hyper.
Yeah.
So the issue with Hyper is that everyone knows him as just like Frisk, but then he's got his other design that's just Electro. So
You should flash that on screen.
not to
Oh my
call
God,
Hyper
just-
out,
Dude,
but I think his Electro
Dude, oh
obsession
my-
is overpowering him.
I did not. I never once connected his other design to Electro Hyper. Was that?
I
on
didn't either
accident?
until you.
I
told me about it.
immediately did, and I was like,
Just
"That's
now.
peak. This is why. This is my
Yeah,
guy.
It is peak. It is
Wow.
peak. Yeah, it's peak.
This is my guy.
I'm
He's saying
currently
He's
I'm currently
Hyper-
drawing rights of those for something. I'm not gonna say what, but
For a death
now
battle.
when I go back, that's all I'm gonna see.
What?
Hyper is saying, like, yes, it looks like an lecture. That's so cool. He's saying that shit through graded teeth right now.
Hey, David, when you're making sprites for Hyper to sneak him into the background of Ash vs. Yugi, can you just, like, model his, like, edit the Mugen Electro sprites to make Hyper sprite? Thanks.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. That's a good idea.
Don't forget to give him an extra leg like you did with Twilight.
Shut up. No, I didn't give her that extra leg. Brother,
No, you
someone
just
else
missed
did.
it.
Yeah, someone beat me to it.
Don't say beat in this context.
Oh, speaking of that, Hyper finally beat off.
That's a good place. That's a good place to cut the recording for now. Let your computer cool down.
Alright, we can move on to the next segment now.
Oh my god.
What? What? Do you have something to say, Gumball?
Um.
Come on.
Bitch.
I'm waiting. Oh, I see. I see.
So what do you think about the Chief Slayer sneak peek, huh? This was
I don't wanna
supposed to
talk
be about-
Chief Slayer. I wanna wait till, like, after the episode comes out, because this is already gonna be a long section. I guess. Yeah, you know what's good. I liked it. It was fine. It seemed neat. That's it. But I know people have said, "Dang, this was a whole lot of nothing for the wait," and I'm like, yeah, but honestly, I'd rather take nothing than bad ones.
No, it wasn't nothing. It was something else.
Oh, that. Yeah.
It wasn't. I would take actual talk about Chief Slayer over what we got.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. Scientists discovered a new color during the wait period.
Yeah, that was fun. But
Yeah, versus debaters discovered a new gender during the wait period.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about. No, of course you don't. You didn't. I had to tell you what it is. I had to show you what it is.
Let's just let him think that's what we meant.
Oh my god. Yes. Anyways.
Do you guys ever think about
So he
like
just
how much
made a-
we gaslight Hyper?
So like.
Yeah.
So like he made a movie, right? He made this movie.
Did
Basically
he?
a movie. I know it says episode, but this is like 50 minutes. I'm calling it a movie.
Well,
Alright,
then you should be
alright,
calling Peter Port versus One Punch Man a movie because that's an hour of animation.
Yeah. No,
Sure,
but,
why not?
Yeah, but don't let us interrupt. You keep going with your pitch.
But yeah, no, it's like I'm like I've been watching it, by the way, constantly while we're still doing this. I just want to be completely upfront.
Hey, can you get out of that wall? That
I've
one
been
kind of stinks. Go to the other one.
Listen. This video caused Frisk Undertale to trend on Twitter and have so much damn art of them that I have been overwhelmed. And do you know how long that's been since like the early days of like the Undertale fandom? Like obviously it's still popular and will always have fan art, but to this extent, I have never felt more alive. And also, all the other indie game characters too. It's just really cool, and it's a really well made, put together animation of just all these characters and like this Super Smash Brothers like story mode. What was it? It was like
What do you mean, what was it?
Subspace Emissary, except with indie games, and it's just so well made on every level. Like the quality, like I know I saw a tweet of him saying, "Oh, he thinks it's better than Bowser Eggman." I mean, yeah, when you like make 50 minutes of animation, I kind of agree. It's ridiculous. Like the amount of stuff that he's put in here, and like on top of it, just like being also really cool. I remember like I just like saw the cast and like how Moro said he was like nervous if he ever like wrote an episode. He wrote this, and I'm like, dude, he can write, he's put so much thought and effort into this. Like, I am impressed. Like, obviously, episode 1 was like the first one, and there was like a lot of stuff like even he admits like the lip syncing and stuff like that. But like, I still enjoyed it. I thought it was like cute and fun. But like, this is like on a completely different level, and I understand why he's probably not gonna make the next one as long, but oh my god, it was just so much. Like, it feels like it basically feels like borderline official if you just like if you just like add certain other elements to it, but like it's just amazing. Like, it's such a love letter to all these games, and like and like oh my god, the fucking animation and well composed and together and put together. And like, oh yeah, he had like a bunch of like DB people to like help him work on this. Like, he had like Zach do the lip syncing and some animation bits. Like John did some storyboarding. Airwolf did some tracks as well, and like DA voiced Shovel Knight, which
Perfect
almost sound yeah, perfect sound. You could definitely hear it, but I also kind of love it anyways. It's so like God, it's so good. I and like oh my god. And the story like that they present here is also really cool, and all the ideas and like all the characters here, like the main group with like Shovel Knight, Cuphead, Madeline, and Knight, and like that's all fun and games. But then like the side story with Frisk, freaking Summer, all of FNAF, that will never not be funny to me. Oh my god, if this came out like in 2016, this would be like a fandom war across like both Undertale and FNAF. If that came,
That
out.
would have been goated.
And that would have been yeah. I don't know how that would have. I don't know how that would have been. Like, it probably would have been like 100 million views if this came out like during that time period. But it's just like I'm just like overwhelmed. Like, it's just so much. And he said like the base animation, like obviously not counting backgrounds with lip syncing and all those effects like stuff, it took him like around like a year, which is still ridiculous. Like, I cannot imagine like doing all this. Like, all this in so much time is just insane to me.
Can I interject? real
Bro's
quick?
blood is made out of high octane diesel.
So
Like,
true.
that's just yeah.
What were you gonna say, Gumbo?
You know who's eligible for Indie Cross?
What?
Reimu.
I
Who?
suppose, yeah. Toho person. It was like I know like Toho people have like suggested Yoda.
Oh,
Tao.
Tauhao, yeah.
It would.
I knew exactly. I just wanted to trip someone up, and it seems that worked.
I thought that was like an inside joke.
I
thought maybe,
I like
called it
the
Tao one.
the implication. I say tripped up. Hyper fell for that like 10 seconds after. It's like I'm just imagine someone bumps into my leg as I stick it out while they're walking, and like 10 seconds later they registered a fall over.
Yeah.
So we want to move on to the next segment now.
No. I still have a few more things to say.
Fuck,
Specifically,
man.
specifically like, I just want to like gush on like the characterization bits
Yep.
that he did at the end with like
Cool.
Springtrap and Frisk, and I just I like that moment to me is like I was like I never really thought of that in that way, but like the way like they compared to like the monster out with like what Afton does is like a very interesting and intriguing way to me on so many levels. And also like having every animatronic there, like, okay, how do you do that? Like, how do you just
With
make
3D
that
models, apparently.
happen? Yep.
I really want to learn how he does his tricks with like 3D models and make them look cel shaded like that. It's
Why did you ask
it
him?
looks so good. It looks so seamless. I might actually.
You're colleagues, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm still shy.
I'll ask him for
I
you
have-
really abrasively so that when he goes to talk to you about it, you look like an asshole. Don't worry, I got your back, bro.
True.
Stare at him deep in the eyes.
That won't be the first time I'll look like one. I promise.
David, just stare at him in the eyes, like really intently, like you're in a slice of life, a high school rom-com anime.
Oh, you know what?
That's
a good idea.
Apollo Justice's ability from Ace Attorney, don't you know? He stares at you while you do things.
Is that what Shigaraki does too?
No, he doesn't stare. He touches.
Oh, he hides.
Crazy.
You don't know that Shigaraki is there.
He just gets like a solid grip.
That's Mahito.
That's Shigaraki.
Anyways, I'll go watch Big Cross episode 1 and 2. It's really good.
What have
And
I
then
I've
seen?
seen it
Nemesis.
basically take over the brains. This niche has infected our community, and I am all for it. I am loving it so much, and I can't wait for another 2 years for the next episode.
Anyway, Nemesis, your computer. This is a good time to stop, right?
Yes, I've already done the swap in the middle of Hyper's talking to. Hopefully he doesn't
Oh,
mind.
What?
you're so awesome.
I hope he doesn't mind. My good buddy Hyper Starman. You don't mind, do you? David taking ages to catch up in terms of the thing everyone always like brings up.
True. Sorry, I was a little zoned out. I put my epiphany in general for you and Gumball.
He put his
You-
epiphany in and he can't even pronounce it. That's impressive.
epiphany.
Epiphany. PH,
Epiphany.
not TH.
P-A. Oh, it's not epiphany?
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. You learned something new.
Alright, we're moving on to Versus Void.
Okay.
You know, I brought it up earlier, but like, I noticed that Fulgore Sector 2 is not on this.
Oh wait, right, we didn't include that, right? I guess we can talk about that first.
So we're
sure.
starting with Muzan versus Sukuna, apparently.
Yeah, we can start with this, and then we can talk about Fulgore's Sector.
What's that second one? I don't recognize that second one on there. Never heard of that one.
Oh.
Never heard of that show.
Yep, never seen it before. Never seen it. This is Muzan versus Sukuna by Trace for Grace Free. I really
yeah,
enjoyed
Grace
this
Freeze.
This one. I made sure to say Grace Free. I'm never making that mistake again.
I appreciate that the Grace is still free in this economy, even after everything that's been going on.
Yeah, this is definitely her best work yet. She put so much into this. Oddly, a little bit homoerotic in this one, but you know.
What do you mean oddly a bit? I feel like this matchup kind of smells of that. It should be that way, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
David, you can keep some things to yourself, you know. You don't actually have to be here. Yeah.
Why?
I was going to say something. So, like, you're talking about the energy of this one. Should you not apply it to Donkey Kong vs. Toriko as well?
Oh, just mentioning that, I got my lips smacking.
Banana
Donkey
Slammer.
Kong versus Toriko. Is that like an actual matchup?
Oh boy.
It was one of
Does he
it
know?
was-
I don't think I knows.
just the does he know
He is
gif
a
right
noob.
now.
Anyways, go read this one. Really good one. Definitely Trace's best work as of this time. I really enjoyed it. Alright, we can talk about Fulgore versus Sektor 2 now.
This is the best not death battle to me. I think the funniest part is how seriously you took it.
Well, I mean, I had to. Okay. I'm going to be perfectly honest. If I could show a single not death battle to Benjamin Singer, it would be that one.
Yeah. It's really funny to me how you have like the host talk about how much of a stomp it is, but realistically the stat gap isn't all that drastic.
Oh, it's the closest, technically, of the fan vote era. It's just the fan vote era's... I mean, that could change, you know. There's only 3 episodes into the fan vote era. Could change.
I
There's
just
5
I
coming
just
up.
think it's a really funny. I just think it's a really funny overreaction.
I mean, overreaction. You compare to how much we emphasize the stomp in the last 2. It's really not nearly as much as we emphasize how one-sided FNAF Luigi and Sharktopus and Dominus are. I will say, one upcoming episode of the 5 that were voted in, I can tell you for certain, research is done, and it is very close. So there is one genuinely debatable matchup, at least, in that set of 5 coming up. And it's not Manhattan versus Nixon.
Do you think you will get any of the prom like you did for Red versus Henry Stickmin?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. I was having a drink.
Do you think you're gonna get any of the prom like you did for Red versus Henry Stickmin?
No.
Okay. Good talk.
I think my favorite part of that was how Sektor didn't scale to literally anyone.
My favorite
I
part of that
tried.
is how, I like how Fulgore gave him a chance.
Yes, I was trying to think how could I work character moments in, and it felt like it made sense with how like Cyrax is depicted in the classic era, that if the helmet, like the mask comes off, their face is just there, and that could pretty easily work into getting a character moment out of Fulgore.
Yeah. I think, it was, I really enjoyed that aspect, but I cannot get over the part where, like, on top of him losing to Sub-Zero over and over again, becomes a chick in, like, the newest one, and then it dates Sub-Zero. It's like, I've never seen...
That is... I'm gonna be honest, that is, like... I don't want to say it, but losing to someone over and over again, and then just randomly becoming attached to them, it's kind of arena coded.
I'll say it then. Dude, it's so crazy. Even though the new timeline exists, Sub-Zero's stick was in Sektor's mouth more in the old timeline.
Oh,
I like how when you look at the feet section for Sektor, I had so much trouble that the entire bottom chunk is just lost to this big list, and I think I still forgot a name in there. I feel I didn't want to just bully Sektor as much as I easily could. I wanted to give him some credit. But feats for Sektor, that was hard, because I know a lot of people like to bring up he did defeat Smoke. We see him having the advantage against Smoke in a fight that we don't see the beginning of at all. And then after that gets interrupted, we later see Smoke fighting no issue against the Cyber Lin Kuei. So Sektor's win was that while he had the uphill advantage, which doesn't exist in real life, but it does exist in fiction, he was able to beat Smoke down, and then Smoke was unharmed.
I love how in story mode Mortal Kombat fights, you can do the exact same shit as someone that you can do, like, in a normal versus match, but in story mode they're perfectly fine, but like in a normal match, completely dead.
Yeah.
Like, you can end a fight, you can end a story mode, like crushing someone's ribcage, your skull is disconnected from their spine, and their legs are bent the other way, and they're just like, we're going to retreat for now.
I like how, because of the reveal of MK11, the one feat you probably could have given Sektor now has a big like asterisk next to it, which is he survives his airship exploding, right? At least if you use MK9, because he shows up at the Pyramid of Argus. But in the intro to Armageddon, he's not there. He's not in the Battle of Armageddon. He's visibly shown to not have made it to the pyramid. And then MK11 reveals there's a bunch of other timelines, so it's just completely reasonable that, no, he died there, and the timeline where he did show up at the pyramid, he just got out of the airship before it exploded. It's great. And the timeline thing also means you like arguing, well, he has this ending, so he could be this strong, doesn't really work, because that could just be a timeline where he is that strong, but not the normal timeline. This timeline, he's just unusually powerful. It's fucked, man. I think
Whenever the stats that Death Battle Day gave Goro, and people found out that he could not survive a certain world event.
I want to know. I've seen the counter argument. Sektor scales to Sub-Zero, who scales to the gods. So they retcon that, for one thing. Fujin, like, his line retcons the events of mythology, so Sub-Zero didn't beat the gods. At least not Fujin himself, the one with scaling. Sub-Zero literally cannot harm Shinnok outside of one specific super move. Otherwise, Sub-Zero has to run away from Shinnok at the end of the game. And the scaling to Sub-Zero ignores the fact that fight ends with Sub-Zero going, I'm not going to hold their back anymore, and then instantly winning. It's like, no, he does not. That's like saying a 10-year-old can last in a fight against Mike Tyson as long as Mike Tyson doesn't punch him with all of his strength. You know, technically, that's possible. You're not going to say that 10-year-old is now on par with Mike Tyson, are you?
What if I did, though, just to be funny? Because if Jake Paul can beat him, then maybe a 10-year-old could now.
Oh, Grandpa Tyson, who might run out of breath walking down the stairs, sure, but, like, Prime Tyson.
Yeah?
He could knock out most average Joes with one punch, but an average Joe could stay in a fight with him for a while if Tyson just decided not to do that. That's the same thing with Sub-Zero and, like, Sektor scaling to him. Sektor can fight Sub-Zero as long as Sub-Zero doesn't just decide to win. That's because, like, Sub-Zero didn't want to just beat him up. He wanted to stall him so that they could, the whole like undoing the programming thing.
Hold on. What do you mean Seth Rogen is starring in the new animated adaptation of Animal? Bro, what's
Hey, David, what do you think of Fulgore Sektor 2?
What?
Huh?
Seth Rogen, Gaten Matarazzo, Steve Buscemi, Glenn Close, Lorraine Cox, Kieran Culkin, Woody Harrelson, Jim Parker, Kathleen Turner, and Iman Vellani. How many of those names actually fit?
We're not in official ordeal yet.
I This is like finding out that Keanu Reeves is going to be the villain in the Weezer.
So, David, what do you think?
You cut out at the best time.
Ignore
All I
Gumball.
heard was this is like finding out Keanu Reeves is gonna be the villain in Weezer. Just the band in the band.
Well,
He's
no,
gonna be the villain.
The band is getting a movie. Keanu Reeves.
Really?
Yes.
That's incredible. That is incredible.
I just want David's opinion, but you keep getting in the way, Gumball.
My opinion.
Is that your voice
on-
control?
No, that was just me dropping my voice down. What?
Wait, my opinion on what part?
Bro has not been paying attention to the conversation at all this entire
No,
segment.
I have. I kind of got out whenever Sub-Zero was brought up. I don't know Mortal Kombat lore.
I know you hate Sub-Zero. You should know a little bit of lore. You
yeah,
watched the
probably.
episode. You learned the lore of Sektor. I included literally everything, I
true.
believe.
That's true. I did watch that entire video, by the way. I'm pretty sure I talked to you about it after I've watched it. It was really, 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 really good.
Well, thank you. The bit at the end where Fulgore's eyes changed color, that wasn't originally there. I needed a way to end the fight though, and I saw when Huan was editing the analysis that's kind of what Fulgore does when his programming's being altered. So I thought, you know what, that makes sense. After all the impact Sektor had, was enough for Fulgore's programming to have a little bit of a hiccup, because he literally just saw himself, just unambiguously himself, pretty much. That's his situation, as far as he knows.
I want to say though, genuinely talking about the episode, the way it's structured and paced, it reminds me of a season 2 death battle, something akin to Iron Man versus Lex Luthor in terms of story and pacing. And obviously, I mean that in a very complimentary way. But also, you managed to convince me that this is a better matchup for Fulgore than Cyrax, which is what they were originally going to do.
I'm trying to think, like, what would I do
Maybe
if
they
it was
were-
Cyrax?
Maybe they were right all along. That Sektor was the better one.
Ben Singer or have an Oda level foreshadowing.
I'm glad I convinced you of something that I didn't even think of. But yeah, season 2 Death Battle has my the peaks of season 2 Death Battle are still my favorite pacing and story structure for the series. So yeah, there's definitely some inspiration there.
Did you convince yourself that this is the better matchup though?
Yeah, because now I can do Cyrax versus Savage Press from Star Wars. Please tell me someone here knows
Awesome.
who that is.
I do.
I don't.
Do you get it, Hyper? Do you see the vision?
Wait, David's a Star Wars
I know it.
guy. Ask
I
him.
acknowledge it. I don't have anything to say.
Okay, but you see,
no, it's-
because Savage
think it's
Press
you.
and Cyrax, they are the yellow brother of the red guy, and they have laser sword,
Yeah.
and they literally just exist to complement the other guy's story and then die.
A matchup based off of people's color. I thought you were better than this.
It's not their color.
You started it off with their color.
I know it's the fact that they're dead.
It's mainly the fact that they're dead and have a
Oh my
laser sword.
God.
They're the satellite character who just kind of die. They have a laser sword. It might be
A lot of
genuinely
people are
debatable because it's a question of
A lot
like,
of
could Savage survive Cyrax's fatality? Because it's kind
I
of
think it's funny.
an out there fatality. I mean, it's Smoke's fatality technically, but you know.
I think it's funny that Reboot Sektor has like one of the best fatalities in MK1. Just for no reason. It's literally just the Iron Man one.
People say that. I don't like that fatality because you can see her fucking armpits, like her bare skin. So like, because of this the
Why are you
stupid like.
looking there?
Because the first thing I notice is, hold on, you can see her bare skin as she flies to space. That is not a suit that can handle space travel. You can see gaps in the outfit. It's not a sealed suit.
Where is this diet?
It bothers me. It bothers me so much. It's really annoying.
Fair.
Anyway, would I work the animality in for Cyrax? Maybe. I don't think anyone expected to see the animality or the friendship in Fulgore Sektor 2. But I had to. I figured, has any versus show used an animality yet? I'm trying to recall. Aside from maybe Liu Kang going dragon, if that counts. That might be in an animation.
Scorpion used his on Ryu.
I meant in the fight, but yes, he did. Like in the fight itself. I'm pretty sure no one's used a friendship. I guess you could argue there's a reference to Johnny Cage's friendship.
Shao Kahn used it on M. Weiss and nailed it ending.
Yeah, I guess. But has any animation
take-
used both and in the fight itself?
Mm.
I'm glad there was a reaction to Friendship Breaker. That was something Kuan just screamed out when you were writing, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna put that in. What, no love for Friendship Breaker here? Oh, I see how it is.
Well, we love friendship here. If you break friendship, that's a bad.
Well, that's
thing.
Fulgore who did that though, not me. You know that Fulgore is like a villain, right? Like when Fulgore's not a villain, he goes by a different name. You are aware of that, right? Like Fulgore's a bad guy.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
I don't think he's aware of it. I think he thought Fulgore was like a hero just because he's the better guy in this particular episode story. I mean, arguably, he's coming to the defense of an Ultra Tech high up. Also, yes, I had that whole idea for an intro thought out, like, long in advance.
Awesome.
I was thinking, how do I make the fight make better sense? Because I didn't just... As funny as it would be to replicate the intro of the original episode, of just Sektor's running in a random fucking area and then bumps into nothing and decides to fight it. You know, I felt like I just didn't want to do that, personally.
No, I ain't about that life.
No, I still reference the original episode in a few places in the animation. Notably the start of the fight with the Fulgore lumbering slowly and awkwardly, and then Sektor fires a missile and it gets deflected. And later, it doesn't really count as a reference to the episode, just the fact that I used Fulgore's stage for the background of the group fight.
That was cool though.
Thank you.
This episode is really cool.
Oh yeah, thank you. I do appreciate it.
And the next time, oh my god! So these are all Asylum movies, right?
No, one of them is.
Is Asylum going to have a perfect win streak?
I mean, if
Yes.
Asylum wins this one, I'm not telling. You're not gonna tell you who wins, right?
Yeah, no, I know. I realized what I said, and like a bit too late. But it'll be so fucking funny if Asylum of all things like has a unbeatable streak.
Yes. 3 of these are made by the same company, I believe. To the point where
One of them has to sell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's probably what the business executives think. Like if we keep making them, one of them's bound to work.
I mean, Bulk. Is that not one of the most successful Mockbusters, period?
I wouldn't know.
I mean, I would argue maybe the most successful Mockbuster would probably be like Gamera or something, but Amazing Bulk is See,
it's a treasure on this planet that more people.
the interesting thing with Mockbusters is, while Asylum is the most well-known studio and they have the most well-known like names, I don't think they have the most iconic movies. I think Brinquedo has the monopoly on that because people actually have seen Brinquedo movies. I know about like scenes from Ratatouille and What's Up and stuff like that. But
And dude, I was about to say I love, but I absolutely don't. I just find it hilarious how racist what is. Just like, what was the thought process there?
Stupid camera made in China. What a great line, guys. You really nailed out the park with that one. Jesus Christ.
And every time I try to watch one of those like really, really, really bad 3D animated movies like that, it for some reason makes me motion sick.
Because
Like,
it's bad.
It's just so jarring. Yeah, it's so jarring.
That's the correct reaction.
I am doing a full ranking of them. So if you want my recommendations on which one to watch, you'll get them right there.
You
But-
poor soul.
Imagine he comes out of this with more positive to say than the live action Hasbro ranking.
No.
No, he's gonna come
No.
out of this with brain
Just I can just straight up say no on that
You're
one.
sacrificing so much.
But yeah, I mean, you know what they say, no sacrifice, no victory.
You're gonna lose the ability to do multiplication after watching all of this.
Can you like confirm whether or not the number one spot gets above a 6 out of 10?
It does not. The number one spot gets a 2.
Oh,
That's incredible.
And the number one spot
Where-
is not even in English.
we are in for something
No,
truly
no, 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 no,
special
no, no, no,
here.
no. Then you need to go backwards in that case. You need to start with number one and go down to the bottom.
Did I ever suggest otherwise?
This sounds like such a beautiful video in the making.
There is a very good chance that I use Julius Drive from Gladiatormers in a Not Death Battle someday. And I'm gonna be honest, if I use Prince Julian Drive of Gladiatormers on Not Death Battle, I'm going to get someone to coach me on how to say his lines in Portuguese.
What you need to do is that you should get that guy to just appear in all of your G Fuel ads from now on, like Unicron.
I should note, as I was saying, with Asylum, people know the name of their movies, like Attack of the Meth Gator, for instance. People know Meth Gator. People know Atlantic Rim, Transmorphers. Who's actually watched them is the question. You're gonna see very few like people don't talk about scenes from those movies. They just talk about like the poster and the name. Compared to Brinquedo or the company that made Bulk and Metal Man and Captain Battle, but who cares? Tomcat Films. They made Bulk and Metal Man. People talk about Bulk and Metal Man, mostly Bulk, but I've seen a couple people spinning.
Wait. What did you say the name of the studio was?
Tomcat Films.
Between that and Cool Cat, you can't fucking escape these things.
But yes, this is 3 Tomcat Films characters versus 1 Asylum character. Thor is the Asylum one. There is a Tomcat Thor, but it's based on the comic character Thunderstorm, so it doesn't count. And I found out there are 2 unrelated Asylum characters named Thor, and I could just not watch the second one they did. Because I didn't want to. But I think the reason most people don't talk about Asylum movies for the movies is because they're so boring. Like, Huan and I watched 2 movies thinking, what if we did this as a Not Death Battle? Which we probably won't. They were Avengers Grimm by Asylum and Avenging Force the Scarab by Tomcat. And Avenging Force is hysterical. That is a really funny mockbuster. Like, the main character looks like Doug Walker in the costume. Like, he looks like how Doug Walker does in his Batman outfit. And that's really funny.
Are we talking about like Kick-Ass? Yeah, Doug Walker.
Like, if you watch his Batman v Superman review, because it's one of the clipless reviews, that Batman, that's how the character looks. To the point where, like, the frill around the neck gradually stops being attached to his shoulders, to the point where it's just floating, like, aimlessly around his neck, unattached. The effects are bad, the characters are bad, the main antagonist is really funny. The guy, the iconic, well, it ain't Barney the Purple Dinosaur guy from Amazing Bulk shows up in the movie. He's also in Metal Man. And
I didn't realize we were dealing with a cinematic universe here.
Avenging Force the Scarab is hysterical. Avengers Grimm has 1 funny moment in the entire movie, in my opinion. The rest is so boring or just confusing. I think it's funny that Cinderella has the power of transmutation. You see, they try to match the powers with the figures they are. They don't name them, though. Rapunzel has, like, a fucking flail on her hair because... Okay, Snow White obviously has ice powers, Sleeping Beauty can put you to sleep, and then Cinderella has full-on molecular transmutation. I don't remember that in the story. I'm pretty sure that's the fairy godmother who can do that one. But the only funny scene is when Snow White freezes the ground, and then I think they call him Big Iron John played by Lou Ferrigno, the original live-action Hulk. He's walking, like, really furiously towards Red Riding Hood. They just call her Red Hood. And she jumps out the way, and he has, like, a full, like, 3 seconds to register this. Instead, he just keeps walking, crashes out the side of the building, and they just cut to outside, where you see him falling from, like, the top story of, like, a high-rise building, with just a weak little, ah! That's hysterical, because, like, why didn't bro just stop walking? Ice is slippery, but he wasn't slipping. He was walking. He was intent on hitting that wall.
So you said this is the original fucking...
This is Avengers Grimm.
I want to... No, but, like... You said the original actor for the Hulk, right? Like
Yeah.
the very first one.
Lou Ferrigno.
How did he go from... How did he go from that to this?
I don't know. I mean, Big Iron John's the best character. He has the best scenes in the movie. There are a couple, like, halfway enjoyable scenes, and his character arc ending with the, like, I don't remember who it was, just going, you know you can not be a villain, right? And he goes, yeah, fuck it, well, let's give that a try, and then immediately dies. It's so fucking funny. But that's why I think Asylum movies just aren't as iconic. So I already theorize the reason people are going in with this thought process of bulk stomps, which I understand why. I think it's because that's the only one they know anything about. Who has actually watched Metal Man to scale it? Me. That's about it. I think he also has a versus wiki page, so maybe 2 other people. Who has actually watched Thor to scale him? Probably also just me and Huand. Who has watched Captain Battle, period? I think just me and Huand. His name is Samuel Battle, by the way. That's his, like, legal name.
Just throwing out his entire document like that. Okay, damn.
Their legal names are Henry Howard, Kyle Finn, Samuel Battle, and Thor.
Huh.
David might just disappear for a while now, just letting everyone know.
By the way, we're only just we're not even halfway through.
Yeah.
Should probably continue to the next segment.
So yes, I will
second
just say
one I don't recognize at all.
Mockbuster Royale is animation's finished. That'll probably be out next month.
Can you confirm if we did include Gamera? Per your technicalities here, would Gamera win?
Maybe.
I want to know because I have a Gamera slot machine, so he kind of means a little bit more.
The thing is, I need to look at his games. I want to look at his games to get like a full view on how powerful he is. His games and his manga.
Well, I can feat search the slot machine if you need.
Yes, you sure can.
It's a Gamera slot machine. There's a Gamera feed for a slot machine.
Well, I have a Gamera slot
Well, the
machine, so we're
Pachinko
gonna
game
find
actually
out.
is very important because it allows Iris and Legion to scale to Showa era kaiju, and that could get them to planetary.
Oh.
Potentially, depending on how you want to scale things. The Pachinko game does allow that kind of cross-scaling between the 2 main eras. Zetus, I think, just gets fucked, but who gives a shit about Gamera the Brave? And the Phoenix also gets fucked, but that's assuming the Phoenix doesn't have its own feats in that manga. And Garrosh Sharp, I think, also gets fucked, but that's fine. Who in their right mind would have a matchup for Garrosh Sharp other than me? Who does? None of you know who the fuck Garrosh Sharp is. You guys suck.
And he calls us unemployed. Okay, moving on.
You guys are unemployed and stupid. I'm just unemployed. This is Garrosh Sharp. I'm gonna post a GIF of my girl Garrosh Sharp.
Oh,
there she is.
The big Cobra guy.
That's a woman.
The big Cobra woman.
Yeah, let's see if the opponent I have for her has a GIF. He does. There's Axel.
Axel,
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
Axel, the
Like-
giant cobra monster from the Godzilla cartoon from 1967. He has about as much screen time as her, I believe, maybe slightly more. They should be a similar size, just given the fact that like Axel is as tall as this Godzilla, and Garishop is visibly like twice Gamera's size.
The old Cartoon Network watermark is so nostalgic.
You grow up. All right, so the next one we're looking at, what is this?
Don't know. Never seen it.
Some like Cell versus Metal Sonic thing, I guess. We'll link that in the description. I have no idea what this is. The verdict you'll probably agree with though, very likely.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
It's an obvious
I
stomp.
feel like, yeah, everyone understands this matchup by now.
Yeah.
We should really get that fan battle guy on our podcast sometime. He sounds like he'd be a fun guy to talk to.
Nah, never heard of him. What was it, like Moses
Yeah,
Orange? Was it like Moses Orange or something?
Yes.
Or was it like Solomon Red? I'm not sure.
Solomon Red. Solomon Red sounds like a really bad localized like Kamen Rider.
It sounds like a really bad, like, localized fucking JoJo stand. Like, there was some JoJo stand with, like, a biblical reference as its name from, like, some metal band. Because metal bands love to use biblical references. And they were just like, let's just call it Solomon Red instead of its actual name. Gumball agrees. Alright, next we have the very exciting, the very cool, very epic, love to see it, Weiss Schnee versus the Deuterogonist of Owl House sneak peek. Go watch it. Go check it out. Now, go to the description and just the description. Go.
Do that now.
Now.
Do it now.
You should
it.
bless
Be
yourself
cool.
now by watching this.
Leave this video, like, leave this fucking. You're trespassing now. Get out of here.
I didn't say that.
What are you still doing here?
Well, you said to watch it now, so like now means now.
Pause the video. Open another tab. You fucking weak. Go watch it. Anyway, it's really cool. I like it a lot. I said it's really cool and I like it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Can you timestamp real quick? Someone else got caught in the mic. Just do the picture that gets cut.
I'm just going to leave that awkward silence so even Jem can see that after I say that I think it's really cool, you three just remain completely silent and had to get prompted. They will approach your homes and threaten you.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
I had
The
to
genuine
take care of-
desperation.
I had to take care of something.
Eve,
right?
Jem, do you believe these excuses? These
I watched
excuses.
it already, and it was cool.
Uh-huh.
No.
Right. Yeah, okay. I should dub over the finished episode with my Weiss voice. I think that would be really funny. Just change nothing else, just that. That'd be great.
Isn't your version of Weiss like kind of like that one guy with the mustache?
What do you mean, that one guy with the mustache?
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people with mustaches. It could be anyone.
I've got a mustache.
Anyways.
It does sound like me. Wait, you're just glossing over. I was
next-
Gumball, who do you think my wife sounds like?
Didn't you commission that one guy to replace Weiss?
No, I voice Weiss. Me voice Weiss in Ruby Abridged. What do you think she sounds like? Like, do you think I did a Mario impression? Is that what you mean by guy with the mustache? You think I was like, "Wahoo, Ruby, let's go"? You think that's what I did in the fucking show? Oh no! I lost again. Dad, you were making the terrible meatballs. Welcome to Weiss. The teachers are losing.
Why the Schnee family isn't a fucking aesthetic of Fred?
Like, is that your image of my Weiss? Is that what she sounds like to you?
No, my image of your version of Weiss is that one time you commissioned someone to like animate her over that one epic rap battles of history thing.
Yeah, no, I voiced her for that, and that's also not finished.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, have you even heard her? Do you think I did an impression of the guy with the mustache?
Okay, I now see where I did the bad wording, but that's what I hate your Weiss with right now, and it's really funny.
That's not how she sounds. Do I need to do the voice at you for you to fucking hear it? Like, what's wrong with you, man?
Maybe I'm just tired.
You are. Anyways, how about we talk about Donkey Kong versus Black Adam?
What about it?
It's not Tori. Yeah, it's not Toriko.
Oh, you mean the goat?
No. Donkey Kong is neither goat nor donkey. He is actually a gorilla.
Yeah.
Nintendo lied to you.
Anyways, watch him beat Black Adam like 3 different times, as he should.
It's Black. It's like Dwayne Johnson, Black Adam. So.
Yeah, it's specifically the movie one, so you shouldn't feel bad.
But his contract says he can't lose. What happened?
To be honest, my issue is that I found it kind of predictable. It's such like a common thing for like April Fools versus stuff to just be, look at the goofy character beating up the serious one.
No, you see, the thing is I watched this before checking it was April Fools, so I found this hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, you would.
Like, all in all, though, the animation, like the actual animation, is really good.
Yeah, of course it is.
I know some bits of it look.
Yeah.
Some bits of it look really great. I especially love the part where like Donkey Kong headbutts the moon and crashes it on freaking Black Adam. Oh, that's great.
Very glad Super Smash Flash 2 gave us Donkey Kong sprites then aren't the other ones.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
When I bring Donkey Kong to Not Death Battle, I'm going to use the other ones just to upset you.
You should. No, well, here's the thing. I like the other ones. Like, I think they're charming, but like that's just the only option he really had for the longest time. So it's nice to see the other ones. It's like nice to see new ones. It's like a new toy, you know?
Yeah.
New toy. I don't have to play. I don't have to play with the deformed pug child.
I don't have to. Yeah, I don't have to play with this mutated gorilla anymore.
Last time he gave me a rash.
I can't believe they gave Venus new feats.
I broke out in hives.
Anyways, music moment. There's a lot. We know we missed it. Do you want to try like
music moment. Let's just get to it.
Fire?
All right, so we ignore those two because Hyper's a fool, and we go to the first actual new one, Beneath Me, Dr. Doom versus the Master. I listened to this one. It's all right. It has Cryo, which is cool.
Yeah.
I
know Cryo.
I actually listened to this one for once. I did it, guys.
Yeah, I like it.
Notice how he's not talking about whether he liked it or not.
Yeah, talk about it. Do you like it?
Yeah, go on.
Yes, there's some...
What a fucking liar, dude.
Like, the biggest Doctor... I'm not the biggest Doctor Who fanatic. Get my words here. But I was able to detect which was inspired what. And I like the over-encompassing, like, malevolent feel this one has. still going for an orchestra vibe, which I'm pretty sure Yates said was the intention for something like the other Doom episode we got. I almost said recently. It wasn't recent at all.
Your ass is recent, yeah.
But yeah, I really like this one, and it's more orchestral tone, like I said. Just very malicious, just off of own.
Yeah,
it was really good.
I think it was quite good. Matchup's interesting.
I don't know. I don't Doctor Who, so I don't.
The Master is like the
Master
Doctor's
is the
evil
really
counterpart.
Cool character. Yeah. Like how he's a Time Lord also, so he should have pretty much all the same kind of stuff, I'd imagine.
Innate abilities, yeah. Not necessarily Arsenal,
Yeah.
of course.
No, yeah.
His
But
main
he also
matchup
has
from
the
Marvel
powers,
is
too.
Kang the Conqueror, though, so... Or sometimes even Loki.
Yeah.
Next one, She's So Cool! The show Biffweed likes and the show Biffweed doesn't likes.
This is the arena matchup, just flat out. I don't. There's really no way to beat around this one. This is the arena
I
one.
literally did the "if you laugh, you go to hell" face as soon as you said that.
Just the way we all know who to pivot this one towards in particular.
Yeah,
Oh, Hyper, did you see... Did I show you what I did for the season 10 Corys with
Oh, I saw. I noticed
Misaka?
it. I saw that.
Rena didn't even notice that immediately. She gravitated towards Dark Side Dimension Vader, which I understand. That's the last thing she said to me. was bringing that up, and then she just ghosted again.
Rena
I do want to say,
Rena is a very good friend.
I do want to say She's So Cool's score art is really cool. I really like the
Yeah, no, the art is
for
so.
It was really
freaking
fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. Also, Comey Can't Communicate base series. You should watch it. It's so good.
Biffweed loves it. He's a huge fan.
You might want to. I tried watching Comey Can't Communicate. It is.
I remember Red.
He's a big fan.
It's
Biffweed's a big fan of that one
Yeah.
character who's really loud and you don't know their gender. He loves that one. He's such a huge fan of that character.
Oh,
The really quirky one. Yeah, he's,
Yeah.
you know how much Biffweed loves quirky characters.
yeah.
I love. I especially love the sarcasm.
I
What
remember
sarcasm?
when Red talked about it, and it was like something like I can't. There was some topic I was talking about it.
Well, while David's choking to death on something, maybe you can.
Devil in You, the vocal version of Makima versus blah, 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 blah. It's alright, yeah. I don't dislike it. Hyper, what was that animation at the start you did?
Well, I was told to. I listen. This is such a weird matchup. When I was like, okay,
A bunch of chains show up, and
get
then
an
someone
idea.
launches a turbo turd straight through the chains, breaks them, and then some guy just spawns in, big flash of light, and now he's no longer there. He's just in the reflection of a chainsaw. Because you know, Makima, the chainsaw devil, that's basically the same character.
I had no idea about the other. Like, I knew Mockbusters well enough. Like I was like, I got some ideas there. But for the other guy, I was like, okay, what are his powers? What are his deals? I'm like, okay, this
Well,
is kind of...
He's the guy that people want
I
to see get
think
absolutely mauled.
I know. I kind of was just like, okay, Calamity. Okay, what do you do with it?
You
Okay,
don't.
Cool. I'll work. Yeah, pretty much. So I just kind of came up. I just kind of like looked around and like, okay, I think I can use this. And you're like, you know what? I'm fine with that.
You should know this character. He's the guy whose stand people want to see get absolutely like just obliterated by an SCP that can move the sun into his face.
Yeah, I don't know why there's so much hype around this thing. It feels like it feels like the epitome of that meme. Hey, you all got good writing. No, we got hype moments and aura. I feel like that's the impression I get out of that stand.
I'm gonna be honest. If I want to see
think-
096 in an episode, it would only be a DBX, and it would be against Juggernaut. Because that sounds really funny.
I think I think personally,
imagine-
I think the appeal is like, it's just like the whole dynamic behind it. It's the one you can't pursue versus the one that will always pursue you. It's like, I don't know.
Dude,
It's neat.
The dynamic is 096 chases him all fight and just ends up ripping him apart because he can't do anything to him.
You just gave me the mental image of the Juggernaut thing, where it's just like looking at the SB, it's like, look at me, I'm the Juggernaut. He fucking dies.
I know it. Yeah.
I mean, the other option that's really kind of funny is 096 versus Slender Man, but the entire fight is 96 staring at his face, being unsure if he can see him or not.
That would be actually really funny. It would just
yeah.
be the most intense daring contest.
It would be. Next matchup, Ransom by Proxy vocal version. I like this one a decent bit too. Maybe that's biased for Mass Effect. Outweighing my inherent desire to dislike Overwatch.
Every time I get curious about Mass Effect, I see what series I pit against it, and I just kind of like, another time.
You should play it. Alright, the next track, The Infinite Speed, The Big Rig versus Jumbo Josh. It's not called The Big Rig. Every truck has like a different name in the game. Idiot.
How dare you disrespect the big rig like that?
Yeah, what do you choose a truck? Choose one of the trucks, okay?
Okay. David, I want you to sum up. Ban Ban, Garden of Ban Ban.
You know it's
Just
pronounced
sum it up.
Garten of Bon Bon, right?
Yeah, it's Garden.
You think I put like any amount of thought into that series?
No, I was hoping you knew and just chose to pronounce it wrong.
This is my.
I would respect you more if you chose to pronounce it wrong.
I never choose.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, good sum it up. Okay.
Oh wait, did you actually want me to like thumb it up?
Well, yeah, but now the opportunity has passed.
Alright, we're moving on to Memory Not Found. Vocal version. I don't dislike the vocal version, I just wonder why it exists.
It's a weird pick for a mashup, you know, like.
It's like the character that is purposefully silent gets a vocal track.
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of impressed with the silence, especially after that final level in Cave Story.
Shut up. Thoughts, everyone? We got any thoughts out there?
I
I
mean, like the instrumental was
I don't
pretty
think I
good.
listened to this one.
The
I'm
instrumental.
pretty sure.
Alright, well, I guess
the
we're moving
instrumental was one
on
of my
to...
favorite Mega Man tracks.
We're moving on to Werewolf with Final Frontier, the Frontier Brain Battle Royale.
I had to read that name, and I didn't realize it was a Battle Royale. Check the description, because I don't follow the new region.
Is he stupid? It says Battle Royale like
No, I
in the
didn't.
name. You
Yeah,
read
it says Battle Royale.
you read Frontier Brain
I-
Battle
I-
Royale and you were like, I wonder what matchup this is. Could
Yeah,
it be
I
a
don't
battle
know.
royale of some manner between Frontier Brains?
Well, I did not know what the Frontier Brains were. I just didn't know the series because I don't like Leia. I think it's terrible.
Bro, stupid, and also cutting out.
I keep saying thing, and the thing don't.
Yep, that's about fits. All right, I like this track. Okay, Hunters for the Divine, Warrior of Light versus me.
I actually really, really like this one. The mythical feel, the orchestra, the way it's paced.
It sounds like Final
Kind
Fantasy.
of feels like just. Yeah, it sounds like Final Fantasy, but it also sounds like Fireborn, if there's a thing I can equate it to, like that whole mythological. Feel,
I guess.
like a living legend.
I like the Warrior of Light. He's my guy. Though I will always call him Zest.
Warrior. I remember him of the last fight in Stranger Paradise, and watching my brother play it and fail at it for like a consecutive week.
Okay, we have no regret for change. Some character versus some character.
You sound so invested.
Yeah,
I gotta
because he
make
knows
sure
very well.
I gotta make sure I look up every character so I know if I know them or not. You know, like I don't have another Shining Resonance moment. Oh yeah, I do know Hikaru Shidao, but I've never seen that series, so I don't know anything about the character or the series or anything. I just know that she's fire. That's her bit. She's on fire.
Fire.
Is anyone? Do I gotta speak for everything here? Jesus Christ!
I was the only one.
I haven't listened to like a lot of them. I only catch like ones
You
that
haven't
like,
listened
interest
to
me.
me either. All right, we have
same.
so the tracks. All right, we have The House Always Wins, V versus Courier 6.
I did.
This
I did
seems a
listen to this
bit
one.
like a mismatch.
I would not know. I don't.
V is like a guy, like a regular guy. He's got stuff going on. I just don't know what he's gonna do. That'll really take on his
He's gonna
opponent. here.
die is what he's gonna do.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I saw it wrong, and this is V from Devil May Cry, but like then it just goes the other way.
No, it says Cyberpunk.
Oh, it's Cyberpunk. Okay, so it's yet another V I don't know. Let me look up what this V can do. Nothing. Okay. This V also doesn't do shit to take on his opponent here.
I like the track though.
No, I did not
but-
get to listen to this one. And yet I still said more than Hyper.
I'll be real, it just made me want the Courier versus the Mandalorian more.
Mandalorian's coming to Fortnite.
Oh my gosh.
Shut
Is
up.
that Battle Pass exclusive anymore? Crazy.
Is he not?
Either he isn't,
Don't
or he's
tease me.
in this. Either he's not, or he's in this next battle pass.
You're
alone.
Darth Jar Jar.
I need him.
Don't you bring out jars in this community? We have lost the right to use the word.
No, he brought up 2 jars.
Yeah, we have
We
lost the
cancel each
right
other
to use
out.
the word.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to. That's just illegal. Alright, we have Apocalypse, Apophis versus Jormungandr. The track's alright.
Yeah, these snakes definitely. I can't get over that. The snakes. It's like it was like the one thing with like those 2 whales. Like what was it? Gumball. It was like something with the.
Was it Moby,
Moby
Dick,
Dick and
and
Monstro.
Monstro?
Yeah. Those 2. Yeah, it's the same deal here. We
Right.
Have, like, we have like.
So
a
Apophis.
Big
planet-sized, like, snake.
Apophis is 16 yards. I've also seen a source that says over 100 yards. So, in Norse mythology, Midgard does not refer to Earth. It refers to what's contained within a very large wall in the ocean. There's a huge wall built by a frost giant, who's also dead now. And within that is Midgard. Midgard is what's inside that region.
and that's what Jormungandr wraps around. But even if you took that to mean Midgard, that would be like the diameter, the radius of this area would be as far as the Norse traveled, so Norway to North America roughly. You would still get like a 10,000 kilometer diameter ring, and Jormungandr would still be wrapping around that. So he'd still be very big. I believe when I put the number into a calculator, the circumference was like 40 something thousand kilometers. That's a little bit bigger. He's a little bigger than Apophis. Because, as people might know, the sun in Egyptian mythology was carried around by just a chariot by Ra. They didn't think it was some massive titanic ball in the sky, as far as what I've read. They thought it was about as big as it looks. And there was a snake chasing it. He is not that guy. Apophis is not that guy. He is not him. The track art looks amazing, but it's not accurate. Apophis would be dead. In fact, I've got a copy of the Book of the Dead, like a translation of the Book of the Dead, which is one of the best sources of Egyptian, like, religious practices from the time. And Apep, as he's also known, is barely mentioned. He's not him. He's not him. There would be very little, I think, to talk about if this became an episode. And it'd be really funny if it just ended with Jormungandr takes a bite and Apep is dead now. I mean, he won't be dead. The thing is, Apep would just continue living. But, you know, it's an interesting situation.
Wow. So, no giant snake bite.
No, it's giant snake sees small snake and then kills it.
Sad.
I mean, I say small
Yeah,
snake.
it was a good...
16
Exactly.
yards is a big snake. Let's be clear.
Mhm. In comparison, small.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that small. That's about average size. Heck, I'd say that's pretty huge. Pretty big. It's pretty big.
We have Shine Against Your Demons. Iruma Suzuki versus Teru Momijiyama. Track's okay, right?
I don't think I
Right.
listened to this one.
Oh my god.
Neither.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
It's so frustrating.
I'm
Guys.
sorry, we can't meet your expectations.
My expectations are as low as listen to some songs.
My
Yeah,
expectations were
listen,
low,
I
but
So-
oh my god.
I recognize
to
these
one of
two
them.
characters. I don't know them well enough to comment on the matchup. I don't know the series well enough to say if the track fits, but I think it's pretty good. There's a lot of Airwolf ones today, by the way. We have Weirdos Against the World. Could someone else tell me what the matchup is?
Okay,
This
it
is-
is
this is-
the main character from, I think this potentially may be a Disney show, versus another main character from potentially maybe, I think, a Disney show. Maybe.
Same 5 matchups. Same 5 matchups. Owl House gets the same fucking matchups.
Oh, the
Anyways,
protagonist
I
of
did
the
listen to
Owl
this. I really
House.
liked
Okay.
Yeah, I listened to this one actually. It's really good. I really liked it a lot.
Oh, good, because this is one of the ones I didn't get to listen to because you guys kept rushing me.
So now that there's 2 different tracks for the same matchup, I can have a direct comparison. And I think the first one is just kind of better, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been a while since I listened to that first one.
Yeah, that's why I kind of hesitated. I didn't.
I don't. I would have to compare the two, but from when I listened to this one, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Like, obviously, there are so many different ways to write a song, but, you know. Good track though. Good track. Good track art.
All right. We have back for an encore. I don't even want to say that name versus Fourth Kingdom. Whoever the hell these
Yeah.
two are.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is.
All right, we have one last suit: Agent J versus Eggsy. I'm gonna be honest. That matchup kind of fucks a little. I'm gonna be honest. I vibe with that, but I really wanted to listen to this one, but some people didn't give me the opportunity.
It was me. I told him he couldn't.
Thank you.
All me.
Thank
you for being the fall guy.
I took the bullet for Gumball. Or, I mean, it was me.
Thank you for being the what though? Say that again.
The what?
The what?
Paul?
Oh.
Paul?
Oh.
Paul?
Oh god, we're degrading. We need to wrap this up.
All right. We have Divine fuck you, Nonette, Eva Quartet versus Holy Quintet. Who the fuck?
Hey, I listened to this one.
Oh, okay. You
It's-
can
it's-
comment.
Yeah, I can comment on this. It's the even. I guess it's the main characters of Evangelion against Madoka Magica for some reason. Madoka, sorry. Blah.
Madoka Magica. Oh, okay. I've never
Yeah,
heard
it's-
them referred to this like this.
I kind of don't want to talk about Homer and versus right now.
Honestly.
It's like I think the track's fine, but it's like I don't not. I mean, I haven't seen Evangelion, so like I have no idea what the comparison is about. I just thought, oh, that track art looks really cool.
I like how it's like
Listen to
4
Madoka.
characters who couldn't beat a single one of their opponents against 5 characters each who could solo the 4 opponents. That's really funny. Good matchup.
I can see the matchup like as someone who hasn't used either. Because I get the entire.
So as
thing.
someone who has no right to comment on the matchup, you can see the quality.
Yeah, as you can see. Okay, what happens in Madoka Magica? Tell me, Gumball. That's something you have not seen.
Girls die. There's
Okay.
Yuri. There's
Okay.
looping timelines.
Okay,
You're just describing the real
Cat.
world.
okay.
Suffering builds character. Suffering builds character.
All right, we have Evil Dead.
The main.
Claire Redfield
character.
versus someone I'm sure who's important to somebody.
Oh, is it that one
I
horror game? So
Yes, it is that one horror game.
I have listened to this. I will be real. I thought it was really, really good.
I thought you were about to say I thought it was ass. The way you were like, I'm gonna be real.
Why
This
did
was
you build it
booty
up like
cheeks. This was
What?
garbage.
I didn't-
This was like
I'll be real.
raw
I
dogging
hate
a cemetery. This was terrible.
I mean, I will say I never played Left 4 Dead. but
That sounds accurate.
I don't know. It just yeah, but you know, it's a good track.
I'm
It's
sure it
a
is. I'll listen
fun
to it
track.
when I have time. All right, we have fuck you, Tracer versus Scout. I know that's rude. Run it back. Just the name.
Interesting
listened-
revisit.
The name
I listened to
is
I listened to this one. It's really it's an Overwatch track.
Kinda
that's really ironic
Yeah,
given
definitely
the
has a lot more Overwatch
given the name
elements in it.
and what the name is probably implying.
Yeah. It is a good track though. I do. It was a fun listen.
I'll listen to this when we're done probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then Draconic.
Yay! Draconic Tiamat versus Nicole Bolas. I have a lot of problems with the specifics of the track art. Now, first of all, the mana cost. I get it. Nico Bolas often costs 8 mana. Tiamat costs 1 of all, and Bolas is commonly associated primarily with blue, black, and red. But this is a ridiculous mana cost for a card, and there's no colorless or like generic mana, which feels weird. Secondly, this is supposed to be a siege card. However, the box that says what it do says Battle Werewolf Media, so it is not in fact a siege card. However, the text, the reminder text, still refers to it as a siege card. And then, the card has no effect. It does nothing. It just is flavor text beyond that. What kind of card is this? What is this card gonna do? This is not a serious criticism, of course. This is all just for funnies. The track's good. The track's quite good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nemesis heard what I said.
Yeah, I heard. I am just busy getting in the car and rapidly approaching your destination.
I am so, guys, I'm so fucking tired.
Oh, good news. We're past the big part. Anyways.
Yeah, that's what she
paragraph
said.
pasta.
Okay. Yeah, paragraph pasta.
I was looking like, okay, there's no way we're gonna cover it anything more than one blog, and I was like, what's the easiest one I can digest? And I'm like, oh wait, I've already read this one during like when I saw it came out because I was interested in it.
Oh, I need to actually
Master Hand.
check this one. Master Hand
It's
versus
Master
a
Hand.
face.
Yeah, a face. The one you did the Jerry thing for.
Yes. Yes! Yes, I do remember.
People will definitely know what we're talking about there.
Yeah, 5 of
There-
you, I'm sure.
There was
I
a
kind
time.
of just want to look at the stats. I'm very curious what stats they're going to give them. Mostly Polygon Man, to be honest.
Because he has one game.
No, he's also got like he
remember.
you know that he exists beyond the game, right?
I'm
I
aware.
Is
remember.
he
I
stupid?
remember Nemesis when you labeled this as worst one melees.
It
Ow.
is. It is one of the worst 1 minute melees. Literally nothing happens,
I
but
do
Master
not-
Hand beats the living shit out of Polygon Man, who does fucking nothing.
No, it's
Well,
fucking
I mean,
awesome. It
No,
is
it's face. It's
It's
so
so
awesome.
I don't like when a character just does nothing the entire fight, and that's Polygon Man.
Polygon Man had some strength.
It's terrible. He doesn't do anything.
What are you?
He does less than
Literally
fucking
does.
Hulk did against Broly. He gets like one combo off and summons a guy, and the rest is just Master Hand beating him up.
Well, I mean, it is a hand versus a face.
Yes,
So-
you could probably do more than just that though.
I don't know. I found it fun,
35
but,
times Universal Polygon Man. I love this. Please be.
So, like,
This is great.
yeah, no, it's like, it's because like he caused the game to happen. So then he gets the size. He gets.
Oh
all
fuck! Do I need to consider?
consider?
I gotta consider some of this when I do Smash Meta Knight versus MVC Virgil.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like. It was kind of funny because like he, despite doing very little, he somehow was labeled as stronger. Didn't help him though, but you know.
Yeah.
I think this. I know it's like. I know it's kind of like. It's kind of crazy to pit against like one of the biggest, like fighting games of all time against something that was supposed to try and emulate it, but didn't.
How do we
Like, I
scale
love the
these
sound
characters to the
competition of this.
speeds? We simply have to look at the cutscene. Plenty of characters react to Galim's initial light blast before getting overwhelmed. Most are caught off guard and So, what this tells me is that all the characters are slower than Galim's, like, the full speed of his blast.
I mean, some of them do like just outright dodge it. So like,
Yes, but the things accelerate, like things get faster, right? So the blast could have just started off much slower, and then reasonably got faster, and was at full speed when it did its thing and reached like the edges of everything. And by the time it did that,
Yeah.
well, no one could dodge it. Like this is like
That is
saying
true.
I could
But also-
I could outrun a fighter jet if you only consider like the initial bit of its movement before it even gets near top speed. I could do that. That does not mean I can run at Mach 3 just because I could outrun the initial like driving forward portion of an SR-71 Blackbird.
fair, but also every character can beat Gleam, so they would just skill anyways.
How do you know that? Can they dodge the full speed of his attack? Can they dodge
Yeah,
the...
they dodge his attacks.
Yes, they can dodge the initial burst. Is his attack doing that full range in the gameplay? Like, that's the question. In gameplay, does he spread his light across everything? And, when he does that, can characters dodge? If so, all good. No issues. If
I'm
not-
pretty certain that's what it is. But also, I am like it is almost for me. So like, my brain's fried.
Like, I know I might come off as pedantic, but we are talking about scaling characters to an attack they objectively are slower than at its top speed. Like, at its top speed, they are just too slow. With one exception. Like, I see the argument, it's just that they didn't have the ability to make it out of the galaxy safely. They didn't even leave the planet they were on. Like, the light did not even reach past the planet by the time it got them all except Kirby. And it was after it had already done that it reached the edges. Like, that's the thing that gets me.
Okay. Anyways,
Wow, they literally just go, yep, Polygon Man is 30 times universal. I like that. I don't know the specifics though.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't even know if it's like it's because he pulls all the universes together. but,
Yeah,
like,
that's goated.
it is all. It's yeah. That's funny. I think the matchup is funny and cool.
The matchup's quite amusing. Yeah, the gap in speed is dramatically larger than the gap in power. Yeah, no shit. I feel like if Master Hand's faster, he just wins. I saw nothing in Polygon Man's abilities that would really hold up. This is an interesting blog. I like this.
Yeah, I remember that always being the consensus for that one.
Yeah.
Where is this wave of
Anyway.
support for the 1 minute melee coming from? Seriously. Do people just hate Polygon Man?
Well, I mean, remember when someone like put up a poll, does Polygon Man have aura? And then like 50 people responded, and they all said no. Not even like a joke one.
It's like people are gonna be like, I hate one-sided fire animations, and then see this one and be like, oh, this one's okay though, even though it's just the same. Like, the only memorable moment in the entire fight is just more Master Hand beating up his opponent, like with the stage.
He did do that.
Let me take another
Yeah.
quick look at this. Okay, so there's Master Hand beating the crap out of him. Okay, Polygon Man talks. He gets one combo off. There's the bouncy ball. Master Hand's beating him up, blasting him, punching him. Okay, Master Hand hits him with the stage. Polygon Man goes flying. He summons a guy who does one big combo and then immediately dies. There's Master Hand beating Polygon Man up again. There's Polygon Man getting the smash ball, and then Master Hand just gets it anyway. And then Master Hand wins. Yeah, Polygon Man doesn't do shit in this. This is borderline Kratos Azura level one-sided. The loser got off a couple combos that do nothing. Azura at least got like a big moment of Destructor. Polygon Man doesn't even get that. So I do not see the hype. It's bad. It's just bad.
Okay.
I do like the Ryu dies though. That's quite amusing. I'm sure Biffweed's a big fan of that intro.
Ryu from Streets.
Yeah, he normally likes right hands, but this time it didn't work out.
It's sad.
All right.
Official ordeal. Fortnite. You'll definitely like this.
More importantly,
Yeah.
I finally have the Transformer Naruto figure. I have now got the
Oh.
Kurama and Gamakichi figures, and they're
I
pretty
seen the Kurama in
good.
GameStop today.
Well,
Yeah.
good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, I wonder if Nemesis.
So the Naruto is really solid. He has 6 limbs and an accessory for each one, which I think is pretty fucking cool. I like that they use the kibble from Beast Mode, like the fox arms, and you can reposition them to get like the big fox arm look that Naruto sometimes has, like the extra arms coming off his back. Accessories are great, articulation's fine, Beast Mode's pretty good. The tails just being big clumps is weird, but it does mean they make for good like supports when posing him, so you can easily get him in a one-leg pose and just support him up by the tails. The Gamakichi, meanwhile, is an obvious pre-tool for Spittor. I say as if any of you know who that is. Hi, Eve. And Gamakichi has a great beast mode, a very fun Toad. Robot mode's not as good, but you can flip out the forearm like flippies to get a look more accurate to Spittor, oddly enough. He's definitely much closer to a pre-tool Spittor than Dilophoncon was for Iguanus, but they both should be made. The set's really good, and I like it a lot, and I'm waiting for an Optimus Primal retool that turns from Great Ape into Goku.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yo, David's gonna call himself a Transformers fan, doesn't know what anything I'm talking about. Some fan he is.
Yeah, I like Transformers animated.
David.
Wow, what a fucking normie.
That's it.
He likes one of the best Transformers shows ever made, and he thinks that makes him a fan.
Speaking of Transformers animated, they got Wasp in the new
Yeah,
set.
yeah,
I'll find him eventually.
I've come across him. I decided to instead get Primer, because I wanted a new mold, and I want to collect the 13 Primes. As much as I like Wasp, the 13 Primes I've been waiting a long time for. Primer's a fucking excellent figure, just phenomenal stuff.
I kind of want to get that. I kind of want to get the new Fallen one.
I
keep
need
seeing that
the
at
new
Target.
Megatronus the Fallen. I've not seen him in person yet. I need him yesterday.
He looks pretty cool.
It is literally the original War Within like Dreamwave design, and that's what I've been waiting for. You know,
Yeah.
to bring up the moist guy again. Whoa! Oh my god, why'd I call him that? But yes, you know the clip. Great
Yeah.
looking
Woo,
figure.
yeah,
Would love to get it.
baby.
I want to get all the primes, but Megatronus is, I guess, obviously because the two in this wave are Megatronus and Primer. He is next on the chopping block. I got the other leader. I got G2 Grimlock because I want to get all the Grimlocks, which means I need to track down the Tiger Stripe one. And yeah, I need. I mean, technically, this could go into official deal. The Legacy and Age of the Prime lines are crossovers between all the different eras of Transformers they've never met. I need to get the Armada Red Alert as well. It's so good looking. And the Cybertron sideways they showed off looks indistinguishable almost from the original toy. Just missing some paint apps. Otherwise, it looks so good. And I need them to do his husband Soundwave, and I need them to repaint Soundwave into Logos Prime for like to go with the Age of the Primes thing. Again, you know, Dave is going to call himself a Transformers fan. He's not going to know who Logos Prime is.
Hey, not changing the subject, but did you see the Devastation Optimus Prime?
God, it looks
that's
so
out
bad.
now? That looks pretty
It
cool.
looks so bad though. Why does it look so cheap?
It looks weird.
He has
I
no-
want to get it though.
He has no thigh swivel. He's got a
I
knee
do like
swivel. He's got like
Have
too
you seen,
short.
Have you seen
He's
the way
got.
his feet bend?
They're so weird. He's got one of the worst
wait,
truck
oh,
modes I've
they
ever
put-
seen.
They put the weird feet posing in like the images on the store. That's hilarious.
Do you notice that
They're
he
proud
doesn't?
of that.
There's no bottom of the truck. Like the cab, there's
Yeah,
no
no,
bottom.
no,
it just ends.
yeah.
It just stops. The truck just stops.
You
at
know
a
what it
certain
reminds
point.
me of?
Reminds me of Classics
You know
Deluxe
what it
Optimus.
reminds me of? It reminds me of oh shoot, what wave was that? Hold on.
Just tell me the figure.
I don't remember what it's.
He's got the
I'm
trigger
pretty
happy
sure it came
shoulders,
out.
so this Optimus Prime can't even T-pose. Because that's not a design you add those shoulders onto. The axe looks fucking terrible. It's just
Yeah.
dog shit.
I-
He's got an unpainted white matrix that's not in the game. They could have given the Ferrotaxis, the actual artifact from the game, because this is supposed to be Devastation Optimus. But the only Devastation thing about him is that he's got cum on the windows. Only there. He does not got the full cell shading. It's only on the titties.
Yeah. Do you know you remember the Power of the Primes figure
Yeah.
where it's like the Orion Pax picking
Yeah.
into Optimus?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that truck mode. 'Cause
Yes.
I have that figure.
I have that
and
figure too. The truck
it
mode's an absolute
pretty much
travesty.
feels the same way.
This is why is
Oh,
his
yeah,
head
no,
looking
it's-
out the back of the
it's
truck?
rough.
His head is just staring out the
It is.
back.
Yeah, and his arms don't even disguise. It's just their arms. His arms folded up.
It's so bad.
It's rough.
Why they have no paint apps on this thing? Why couldn't they just add some proper cell shading? Like, come on, give him some cell shading so he looks like he's from the game he's supposed to be from. Give him the Ferrotaxis instead of the Matrix. You know, the thing that's actually in the game. And while you're at it, give him proper shoulders. I'm looking at the design. I see no reason he can't have proper shoulders. Just add a cut to the top of his fucking shoulders so he has proper articulation and not stuck doing some awkward A pose at best. What is this thing? It looks so bad. They gave us fucking the G1 Legacy
It really
Optimus not long ago. That has 2 guns and an axe as accessories, and better paint, and better sculpting, and better articulation, and is just overall better. What is this guy's excuse for being such a fucking loser? Oh, he's got the real truck grill on his stomach? Wow, they did it, guys. He's using the real truck grill in robot mode. Too bad it makes the truck look like absolute ass!
You know what the worst part is? To me, the grill looks. I think it looks like the worst part. It looks like it's falling off.
In truck
when he's
or
in
robot?
mode.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
the robot grill doesn't
Yeah,
look
in
right. It
robot
doesn't
mode.
look like it's attached right.
No, it looks like it's falling off. It looks like it can't peg in right.
Also, like, why is he so bright? He's like, Devastation has rich colors, not pastel. Looks like a play
Yeah,
school
and then,
toy.
Like you said, someone spilt milk on his windshield.
He's got cum on his titties. What's with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is such a bad looking figure.
Man. I think I will say I think the way they hid the wheels is at least kind of clever.
Is it? Because half of them are still visible in robot mode.
Oh
Where
yeah.
he's supposed to have
Yeah.
none.
Well, at least they tried. They tried.
I think it's very clear
They
with this
almost
figure
got
that
it.
trying was not on their list of accomplishments. What are those things
they
on the
just
side of
wanted
his
to
knees?
get
Those supposed to be
another
gas
Optimus out.
canisters? My ass is a gas canister.
Yeah.
Those aren't gas
Yeah.
canisters. Those are
They
panels
sure-
of
they sure are
nothing.
something. Yeah. Gosh, this thing is so ugly, but it's so funny to look at.
Like, look at that truck! What is with the
And look
truck?
at the wheels. The wheels are like 10 feet in front of the cab too.
Yeah, the wheels are wrong. It's because there's no fucking wheel rim as well.
You're gonna have to put these pictures up on screen for the context too, or people are just gonna hear us rambling.
Look at the
Yep.
fucking look at the wrists, like how the wrists go in. You can tell that that's painted red and
Yeah.
not sculpt like molded red. So they just stand
Yeah.
out. It looks like it's been in some kind of terrible crash. It looks like it's got a mouth, like the front bumper. That looks like it's like the bottom of a
Yeah,
mouth.
it looks like an overbite. I was just about to say it looks like the truck has like an underbite or an overbite or whatever.
Under by what is this thing? That's not a truck. It's an accident. It's terrible. Look at the feet. Look at the footsies. Can't even fold down fully. They're sticking out like that.
No.
Like I know that they usually do stick out, but they're not usually that high up.
Look
What
at
is
the
this?
weapon storage too. Look at that thing.
It
I
looks
can't even tell what that is.
like a radar dish,
It does, doesn't it?
like a megaphone even. But like, hey, I will forgive. I could forgive some bad weapon storage if the rest of the figure wasn't bad part storage.
Yeah.
This might be the worst looking modern
Wow.
Optimus of them all. 86
Well, they
clears.
had to get it out. They
Kingdom
had to
Core
get one
class
out
sweeps.
for the-
Volvo
the
Optimus?
sale.
Don't even put this guy next to Volvo Optimus. Oh, I think Gumball's gonna go. I was literally about to say let's move on to Fortnite.
Oh, yep. Oops.
Okay. Fortnite, a season happened with Mortal Kombat. A lot of Mortal Kombat stuff dropped. You could fight Scorpion as Finn the Human from Adventure
Right, it
Time.
was Scorpion, Raiden, Katana, right?
Yes. Yeah. It was pretty cool. Anyways, no Liu Kang again.
What's this
Bro
Star
is
Wars
the main
thing?
character.
New Star Wars? Is that just Mando?
Oh, right, Star Wars is going to be a new mini season that's going to be basically last for a month. Darth Jar Jar's in it, so is Palpatine.
Oh, I thought you were
and
joking about
and
that.
Mando.
Is
No,
there
no,
is
no,
there
we're not
is
no.
is there any equipment
Yeah,
that can
there's a
let
Darth Jar
Palpatine throw galaxies?
Actually, yes, I'm pretty certain there's a Galaxy Black spring somewhere. Probably
Okay,
like the Galaxy
can you
Black
make sure
skin.
if you just send clips of you using that as Palpatine to Rena?
Sure. In
I'm
fact, I'll
super
label that.
excited
I'll
for
label
this.
that as the Rena skin.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this, dude. I didn't get into Fortnite for the longest time, so I missed out on all the Star Wars stuff. So, if Mandalorian comes back, I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna have so
Oh.
much fun.
Oh, General Grievous is also going to be there, which is going to be sick.
Yeah. Ooh, and Sam L. Jackson. That's all I call his character is Sam L. Jackson.
That's gonna be
Are you taking the racist mantle up from Gumball?
No, because it's just Sam L. Jackson.
All right, Sonic X DC comic.
Yeah.
I've not actually read either of the upcoming comics here.
I've read bits of them mostly because because people immediately talked about it in the most boring way possible. But yeah, no, from the bits I've seen of it, I think it's really freaking cool, and I am really liking what they're exploring with it. It's really funny to see Darkseid of all people to be fascinated with the Chaos Emeralds. I don't know why. That image is just like it just has so much energy to that. That's just so funny to me.
It's actually completely in character for him to be in a crossover and be fascinated by a bunch of colorful gems that are way weaker than him. Because this is not the first time. This is like a consistent character
Yeah.
trait. It seems. Maybe Darkseid just really likes shiny rocks. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just his collection. Yeah. Anyways, I am excited to see where that goes. The Godzilla X Marvel Comics things is continuing, and it's gotten really weird. I have not seen much of that. Just sort of just covers on that. Like
I
the
don't
Godzilla
worry.
like gets gamma radiation.
Yeah, I've seen the image of him like becoming a Hulk. The last thing I want is more things reminding me of Godzilla versus Hulk. Let's move on.
Okay.
Oh wait, should we
now
just
what-
end it here and do this one next time when Gumball's like back and available?
I mean, he has nothing to say about it. That's what he.
Yeah,
told me
but like,
earlier.
don't
So
you
I
want to
think
torment
David-
him? I also might
Oh,
have
he's
to
here.
go
I'm sure
as
he's
well.
here. Aren't you?
Is the thing.
Aren't you here? Aren't you here?
I might have
Gumbo?
to go as well. Is the thing.
Aw, I guess we'll never
Oops.
get to talk about Huggy Wuggy versus Jumbo,
Jumbo
Josh.
Josh.
Leave a like
The
for
goated
Huggy Wuggy
matchup.
versus Jumbo Josh, the best matchup ever, and please let us know if you want to hear us talk about it properly next time. Say goodbye, everyone.
I'll animate a sneak peek. I'll do it.
Yeah, do
Already
it.
doing it.
Goodbye, everyone. I'll draw them as Corey's. Say goodbye.
Awesome.
Goodbye.
Bye.